Came up for nothing, I got it by myself. Niggas tripping, they ain't fucking with me. If they ain't think that I was falling off, I would've never found out who was fucking with me.
What's up, everybody? I'm Tiana. What's up, everybody? I'm Tiana Lene, and you're tuned into TMITV. And today, joining me, I have artist Manny215. I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Manny215, representing Philly, Uptown.
So, what made you choose rap as your thing to do out of everything?
Shit, dropped out of college. It was there, for real. Like, I was always like kind of doing it, for real, like staying consistent with it. Been doing it since like 13. I probably like really first got in the studio. 14, really started going public like on YouTube, SoundCloud by like 16. But it was always like just like kind of like a hobby.
Right.
By the time I dropped out of college, I was like, I might as well just keep it going. And it was already, I was just already just building like the passion for it. Like the passion just built up over time.
Right. So during that time, what artists did you admire that was like, you know, making you want to say, I can do this? Like, I listen to this person every day, I feel their music, you know, I need to take myself to the next level. Who was you looking up to?
I really want a person in particular though, like just Philly though, like Philly period. I'm heavy on like the Philly rap scene, from like the Reed to the Vodkas to the Cheek Raws to Tierra Wax, Dizzle Diz, her former name Young Savage, Sean Smith, everybody, like, for it's just like we home of the spitters, for so like that kind of like always like keep me on my toes. Like I be tuned into everybody, so somebody dropped something that's hot, they had me in my bed like, man, let me go write something real quick. Like my city be inspiring me for
Right. So let's talk about the evolution of Manny215 as an artist. What played the biggest factor in your growth as an artist? Like, what was that breaking point where you were like, okay, I can do this, I'm about to take it to the next level?
Shit. Really like SoundCloud. Once I hopped on SoundCloud, like I ain't gonna fraud, the numbers start going up crazy. Like and then from there it was just like over time as I started staying like more consistent with it, people just reaching out to me, like telling me like how like my music just got them through like a little troubling time or whatever the case be, like how it affect them. Like that'd be the biggest thing for me. It just be humbling every time for me. So that was just me experiencing that for the first time. Probably I was like 16, 17 was like the first realization, like damn, I really could do something with this for real.
Right, that's what's up. So over the years of building your music catalog, what obstacles did you face in your personal life as a result of pursuing music? Like, did you start to see a change in people, lost the friendships, like, or did you not really face?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to like say it's because like the music, just like this, we all go through stuff naturally, like dealing with coming from the hood, being in poverty, growing up, like I feel like I got the cliche story, like I don't know my dad, you feel me? Ain't grow up having a lot and all that, but
that means something.
Yeah, for sure that.
It means something.
Like, just my life story really just be like what I go through and I see on the daily, just kind of like help me like shape my music for real, and I try to stay like as authentic as possible and real with myself and my music.
Okay, so when did you first start to notice like your fan base really jump, and what did that mean for you? Like, when did you start seeing everything really go through the roof? And was that like, you know, your turning point?
Relationship song. Yeah,
I knew you was going to say that.
Had visions of a family building a bond with you. I ain't mad at what you did, I just wasted my time with you. It wasn't all bad, we had some times that was fun. I ain't going through no shade, I really thought you was the one. It's crazy cause
It was crazy. What's crazy about it is though, that joint was like like I was a little skeptical like to drop it at first, because I was like, man, ain't nobody like really doing that for like ain't nobody really touching on that feminine side for. I was like, man, I don't want to be looking at, man, these people, I gotta go at people and all that. But no, like the reception, like from the first one was just crazy. Like the numbers was going from the rip. Like that was, I think that was that was like the first time I hit like 10K. Relationship Part 1 was like the first song to hit like 10K, like real fast. And I was like, alright, let me do a Part 2.
Right.
Then it was just feeding them at the Part 2, just touching on, I stepped away from relationships and just started doing like more R&B songs. And I guess like the rest is history. Yeah, it just was going up from there.
So being from Philly, do you feel like your environment has an effect on your music?
Yeah, for sure that. Like it's we deal with a lot here. Like lost like a lot of homies, like childhood friends. Having to go out and do different things for like to make money and survive out here. And just like getting inspired by the lack thereof. Like the lack thereof in the city, like inspired me. You feel me? Like the alright, man. All I think about is like, man, when I get on, man, I'ma do this. Like I'ma bring this to the city. I'ma help this person out. I'ma do that. That'd be inspiring me the most. Like just being from Philly, 'cause I feel like Philly, like we not like we not like Atlanta or LA or New York. You feel me? We don't even got a major record label here. You feel me? Like that's something that I wanna, like I'm working towards bringing here, like as like an independent label. You feel me? Like bringing a modern day Rockefeller to Philly. You feel me? Like that just be inspiring me. Like right now, learning the business, getting the game, and staying on my toes sharp with it. So when I'm in them these meetings and these conversations with different people that's in the music business, so to say, like I can conduct myself and present myself the right way by coming correct.
Right, got you. So just to touch on Philly a little bit, you have a song called Fuck the Streets.
I was that same boy in the trap, I had my body in it. Put in them hours, in them days, I took the jars and put the sour in it. I wanted more, but they do more, I had a clouded vision. Cause all I seen was the money, no opportunity.
Kind of explains what we're going through right now in Philly, which is losing a lot of our young black men. So that's just kind of like a prime example of Philly affecting your music, especially Philly right now. So what was the concept behind that? I think that was a big one for you, especially featuring all of them different faces on the cover. Like, what made you say, like, right now is the time to put this out?
Like, what's funny about that, I was holding on to that song. That was something I wrote, like, when I first came home, like, in November of 2017. I probably wrote that around, like, December. I ain't dropped it until 2018, around like the summertime, like before that.
Well needed too. Summer 2018. Well needed.
It was just like, and that was in something else I was a little skeptical to touch on. You feel me? Just like that's not the majority mindset of just coming out blatant and be like, man, fuck the streets. Like, man, fuck selling drugs. Like, fuck doing that. Fuck doing this, that, and the third. Like, just changing the narrative. You feel me? Like that definitely like you said, yeah, that was like a little turning point for me.
So what advice would you give to like either your younger self or the young men right now that's coming up in Philly, in the streets, not really knowing which way to go, you know, probably influenced by the wrong things? What advice would you give them to just saving their own life?
The realest thing they taught us in school, I know we all heard it was, you mean, in the streets, either two options, dead or in jail. That's the realest thing they taught me in school, you feel me, and told me, like, so like, it's other options out there, there's always other options. Like, this ain't the 80s where the crack epidemic happened, that money was so new to our people and our culture, where 10-year-olds was going to school, driving to school, making more money. This ain't that no more. You feel me? Like now, it's so easy to be positive. It's so easy to grab a job for if you come correct. To start your own business, to whatever you want to do, like to not do that and be positive and avoid the obstacles of having to go to jail. That ain't nothing to play with. Like first time I got locked up, I was doing like the run for like 6 months. Wound up getting locked up again. I thought that shit was a game. You feel me? Like the first time I was there, I was like, man, I'm booked, I'm nutty. But they ain't really take heed to me till second time I got locked up. I was facing 11 and a half to 23 months. Whole time, my son mom, 6 months pregnant. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, like, I'm nutty, like, I can miss my son being born. That's the first thing, and that was the only thing I was really thinking about the whole time in there, like, man, I can miss my son being born, like, because of the choices that I'm making, like, whole time, and, like, people, like, be tripping out a lot of times. I tell them, like, jail was, like, one of the best things that happened to me for as far as, like, mentally and on a therapeutic tip, because I really was just using that time to get my mind right and really look at everything I was doing, like look at a lot of shit now, like I really was moving like that or doing that, like whether it was in music or just life period, like just thinking that certain stuff made sense. It made me like grow up in a way and think for the better, like my son is like the biggest blessing I got, like for real, like, cause like I could have beat the case for real. I wound up pleading guilty, wound up doing 30 days good time served. I just walked off a year of parole. I got another year left off in November, so I can really move around, do what I want to do after that. But I was like, man, I got a felony, you feel me? Just taking that sacrifice of wanting to come home and see my son. Because if I would have sat in there for that, like I ain't had no bail, I had a detainer on me, so I couldn't even post bail and fight it from the streets. Either way, I had to sit in there. I was like, if I would have afforded it, I would have wound up missing him being here, and that ain't something that I was I was interested in doing.
Makes sense. Well, let's talk a little bit about the music industry today and just kind of where your thoughts are as an aspiring artist. So, as we all know, the game has changed completely.
Yeah.
Like, you got independent artists, new artists that's coming out making more money than some starting basketball players. Like, music industry money is different now, and a lot of artists, they're avoiding the record labels, they cutting out the middlemen, and they coming straight from the street and using that rap money as a way out. Some of them don't even care about the craft. They just like, listen, this is a job. You know, somebody picked me up. I made a song and I'm getting crazy money. So you got a song on your Scared of the Rap Gang EP called Snap God, right?
Yeah.
I know it's SNP, but I want to make sure that's what it stands for.
Yeah, shout out to Jim Strong and man, Shizzy, like, whole Snap God Foundation, like.
So you mentioned on that song, you said, I'm a boss, tell the labels they can eat a dick, keep the deal. So that kind of ties into the way the industry is running right now. What are your thoughts on artists cutting out the middleman and getting straight to the money and not having to go directly to a label and just kind of come out on their own, make their own bread, and it goes straight to them? Do you feel like that's the way to go? Like for you coming out, and do you think that's going to be good?
I recommend that to anybody, you feel me? I don't really see, like you said in the game today, like it's an independent game right now.
Right.
The music business is all about independence. So like, I recommend that to anybody, especially if the conversation we talking about the community and creating generational wealth and keeping the black dollar, control the black dollar. Like it's nothing to get a EIN number or a LLC and putting it like I own Manny215. I own that. Like I own that name. My son own that name. You feel me? So generational wealth is already starting as far as that side. So like, learn the business. Like learn the business is out there. It's on Google. It's on YouTube. You just gotta apply yourself.
So do you feel like it's still important, like even with, like say for example, I was watching Blueface, his interview with The Breakfast Club, and he didn't know nothing about nothing, he didn't know nothing about his contract, he just knew he had money. He just knew he had money, and that's all that mattered. But don't you feel like, or do you feel like it's still important to, first of all, know the business, appreciate the craft, you know, and then appreciate the money? Because I feel like it's a lot of artists that's just coming out like, you know, just kind of a puppet, just like, this is what I got to do to make my bread. But, you know, it kind of takes away from the actual craft itself, and that's kind of where them old school legends come in and be like having them back and forth social media battles, because it's like y'all taking it for a joke just because y'all got money, but y'all ain't got no real talent. So
yeah, I love that that's going on in the game, because it's like forcing the conversation to be had though, you feel me?
Right.
As far as like keeping the culture, like the maintaining hip hop culture, what it derived from, like what Meek just did with his album. It's crazy. Like he made it so that damn niggas gotta spit. Like you gotta be talking about something. Like for a long time, it was a lot of miscellaneous shit going on in the game. Like to the point it was
for a while.
like like a lot of shit was just, I mean, drugs just being promoted at a very high rate. Like making it okay for people to be damn near zombies out there, dealing with the opioid epidemic. That's the new crack out here now. Feel me? So like it's definitely like the culture is I feel like it's taking a turn for the better though, because more people, like I said, I know just in Philly though, you feel me, like I'm seeing like more people on like that positive trend and actually giving a message, you feel me, like whether the message is strong or whether it's just telling a story, like it ain't really too much on the tip of I'm high as shit every day. On that type time.
Right. So let's talk about your relationship series, because this, I feel like, to me, I think it's funny because it's like you're like a mini little relationship, if you want to look at it like that. So for those who don't know, for me, I look at it like it's like a storybook of just different phases that people go through in relationships. But what inspired you to start doing this, and to not only start doing it, but to keep it going to the point where you're now on part 6? So
these girls breaking my heart.
So it's personal experience.
It definitely do though. It'd be like I don't really like, I don't make a, I probably got like 2-3 songs that's like really inspired by like one specific girl and what we went through on that tip. But I really just be pulling shit. Like I might just, like I had conversations with people all the time. Like since I started, girls just, a lot of my girlfriends like just, man, like what should I do about that? How you feel about that? I just try to be as honest as possible with them. Like let them know like, well, you was wrong right there. You feel me? Or whatever the case be, you feel me, like, and try to give them both perspectives and let them make the choice. So like with my music, like it pour into that. It just be my perspective on things, like how I feel about love and what that means, and trust and what that means, and loyalty and what that means when it comes to the topic of being in a relationship with somebody and dealing with a significant other.
Then you just started your relationships page today, right? So what's common with that? You gonna start giving advice, or?
I'm thinking about it. I am though. I got some. I actually want to write a book, to be honest though. So I'm really just like trying to go hand with that, like pour my thoughts on there. I want to really write a book when it all said that. I don't know when that's going to be done. Knowing me, that's a whole other lane for me. But I mean, a lot of people just be suggesting it, like, yo, you should write a book. Like you always giving good advice, so you always saying something that's meaningful. You always saying something that I can resonate with, that's relatable. Like, so it just makes sense.
What was your favorite relationship song thus far? Because you go through the motions. Like part 3 is like fuck you bitch. Part 6 is like, oh come on, bring it back in. We good. So
that's my favorite joint right now. I be flipping around with them. I ain't gonna hold you. Part 6 my favorite joint right now because it just dropped. But I don't know, it be my mood. Like part 4 was my favorite one for a minute. And then, but for the people, I know for sure part 3, they argue back and forth between part 2 and part 3. Part 3 the one that really took off, like, and still to they just be going, like the whole series be going, but that one that got like the most views right now. So that's the people's favorite. I don't really got favorite. Part 6, that's just my jam, man. That's gonna repeat right now. That's in my little playlist rotation.
Okay. So today we see that a lot of rappers are becoming stars overnight just by having one good hit. that break the internet, and it's like next thing you know they smoking. For example, like Cowboy with Envy Me, Roddy Rich, like you know, people. I'm sure they had a fan base prior, but for the mass, it was that one good song that took them all. So do you feel like having that one good hit will take you where you want to be as an artist, or do you feel like just staying consistent, keep dropping that music, you'll eventually, you know, be where you want to be?
For me, it's consistency. I feel like I got a lot of hits. You feel me? I ain't make no radio banger. You feel me? That really is gonna take off on the airway. I ain't never get no airplay or nothing. So, but I got the streams is like in the millions. You feel me?
Right.
People reaching out from Tennessee, South Africa, Washington. Hit me on Twitter, DM on the gram, SoundCloud, and the messages like just telling me how like my music resonate with them and how they've been listening to me for 3-4 years now. And how they just proud of me and they just want to see me win. So like in a touch back on what we was talking about earlier, like as far as the like with the music business now and learning it, it's like it's to the point now you don't need a radio hit.
Right.
If we talking about monetizing from it, you feel me? Like if your numbers is doing what it's doing, you learn that business, you get your EIN number, you get your publishing through BMI, ASCAP, you get your ISRC code so you can obtain your mechanical royalties. The money gonna come to you. It's like 4 checks a month that you can get just as an artist or as like a producer, you feel me? But that's information that you gotta go out and get that I'm still retaining and getting for myself right now. I'm just learning. It's just blowing my mind. Like, man, I wish I would have knew this from the get-go.
Right. But now that you know, have you ever thought about maybe like doing a little class for aspiring artists to make your money back from everything you learned and try to drop that knowledge on them?
Not right now. Not right now. It's a lot. It's a lot on the play. I said it's just getting the business side together on this be a lot. Like I'd be on that laptop going ham, like to the point sometimes it be taking me away from the music, and I be wanting to write sometimes, but my mind be so going. I be getting new information I be fine, man. I'm closer. So I'm just fighting towards like staying independent and bringing that money here, so that the people around me can benefit. You feel me? Like, and I can build that infrastructure. Like I love like. One of my idols, like just in business, is like LeBron, like how he still got like his whole team. His whole team is on right now. You feel me? Like all coming from him. You feel me? And where the infrastructure that he built. So like, that's like kind of where I'm trying to go as far as like with my platform and my legacy and my name and what I bring to the table.
Right. So if you can make one promise, because you, like you mentioned, you got a fan base from all over, but if you can make one promise to all your fans regarding your future as an artist, what would it be?
I ain't stopping. I ain't gonna be doing this till 215 years old. I don't know.
Now that's a promise though, so you can't.
That's a promise. I don't think I'm gonna stop though. Like how I just look at music, like I said, it just comes from everyday experience. Like Hov still doing it. Hov got how many years in the game? Still doing it.
At this point.
Quincy Jones, like what he got like 7. He started with Ray Charles. They was like 11, 14 years old. He still got his hand in music. They just opened up a African American exhibit down at the Smithsonian in DC. Like he got the music John crazy. Like you got everybody in there, all the African American, I don't want to say it, all the African musicians, you feel me? Cause all the sounds came from the motherland. Like we that's how we used to communicate. For me, used to communicate through sound. So like it's naturally in us, but he got everybody in that joint. Like he 80 years old, still pushing. So if me looking at them, I know I can do it, you feel me? And I'm investing in this. My mind already made up. This is what I want to do. I ain't even in it for the bread. I just know the money going to make a difference and help and shit. It's just like I said, the biggest thing for me would be the perception I get from my music. Like people telling me like how I helped them, and I never even met them, and never even seen they thousands of miles away.
Right.
For me, that's what's like important to me.
I can't even imagine. What? That is crazy.
For real though.
It's crazy. So, what do you want people to fully understand about Manny215? Something that you may not have gotten across in your music, or just something you feel like people just really don't get? What do you want them to know about you, like, period? From coming from you right now, what do you want people to understand about Manny215?
I ain't as serious as my music do, bro. Right? Like people think like, and I know what it is though. I know it, like I'm just like I be focused, like you feel me, like a lot of parents here. I be full. They tell me I got like a little mean face. I look unapproachable. I ain't. You can approach
You and your
me.
son.
You can approach me. You feel me? Like I be chilling. It's just sometimes like my mind. When I'm focused on something or I'm locked in on something, I can be in a room full of people but still thinking about what it is I'm thinking about. You feel me? So like I don't know. I guess my face be looking on me, but you can approach me though. I ain't.
So, what can we expect for the remainder of 2019? I know more music.
Yeah.
That's a given. Some more visuals.
Yeah,
some
definitely visuals. Like the catalog get over 100 right now. I probably got 3 videos. I don't know, my fault. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna see more. Me and the team, we working on that right now. Shout out to Jesse Kinnaman. We working on that right now. Getting that together. Trying to stay consistent with that.
So tell everybody where they can follow you, where they can listen to your music.
Instagram, Manny215 _ Twitter, Manny215 2 _. They was hating, somebody got my other name. Feel me? So I had to switch it up. But everything else, Manny215 just.
And it's on iTunes,
Everywhere.
Spotify, every
Everywhere.
platform.
I made it accessible. I ain't gonna be stingy. Keep it on one joint. It's everywhere.
Well, that's good to know. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate this.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
She like a star shooting across the sky if you saw it. Better yet, like a rose that's in the Sahara. Yeah, I know, I don't watch you grow. 5'4" without heels, but the pray for height is a naughty, I can't help but admire them juicy lips. I wanna slice up your thighs in that juicy shit. It's amazing how you got them thighs that fit in them hips, girl, without even trying. You want some shit, City players be at it, but she ain't gullible. She liked your poster, it was nice, but she don't fuck with you. The type to link in real life, she real humble too. Something like a homie thinking why I never hung with you. Intellectual, we could talk for hours. Politics, religion, with she singing in the shower. She got a vibe that make a nigga write his vowels. Other girls say I'm aggressive, but to her I'm still the shyest. Not to toot my own horn, I knew I'd get you here. Her smile lit up like a fire in the Christmas air. She said, look, if I'm yours, then I'm yours. Can you handle that? Cause beauty make these niggas insecure, Ain't take it as disrespect, I know she seen the most. What's understood and get explained, I know you seen the quote. She wanna drift off in the sun, you ever seen the boat? The type to give a chance, but once you fuck up, then you seen a ghost. That's coming soon.
I was brought up as a youngin', always stay 100, look 'em in their eyes. I be looking at these suckers while they talk that shit, I'm looking at they pride. These bitches is shooting, these niggas is goofy. Give a fuck what these niggas is doing. Half a lot was in my drugs while I was on the run, can show you how to move it. Heard they talking about the boy, I see him out there quiet, guess it was a rumor. Tell these niggas pay homage, tell him bro chill, he be trying to do you.